Okay, I was muted, y'all. Good evening, family. Good evening. We are back for another Sunday of Chit Chat Podcast. And I am so thrilled that we have an opportunity to interview our nomination for Best Mom Ever. We put that out last week when we had our open chat discussion and we set the nominations out for the whole week. And I'm just really excited for us to meet our nominee and get a chance to get to know her. And I'll be able to read her nomination letter, which was very touching as well. But I just want to say, it's almost Mother's Day, y'all. So come on in and check in because, I want you guys to meet our nominee for Best Mom Ever and so deserving of it as well. But it's almost Mother's Day. That's one of the most celebrated holidays of the year, other than Christmas and, somebody's birthday and Easter. Mother's Day is one of the most celebrated holidays. And it's so deserving because I'm always an advocate for the moms. I always say there's no hood like a motherhood. So there's so many things that we do as mothers on a day-to-day basis, some by ourselves, some with our partners, our husbands, and our villages. But the work of a mother is never done. I don't care if the kids is grown and out of the house, you're still mothering those children. Even at their older ages. So I'm pretty excited for Mother's Day. I don't know what's in store for me for Mother's Day with my little knuckleheads, but they're grown. So we'll see what they come up with. But I don't be expecting anything, but I do like the appreciation and the celebratory things that we do just so that, you get that gratitude of, I appreciate you, Mom, kind of thing. And so if that's what you guys are looking for when you have your celebration for next week, make sure that you're being celebrated and appreciated for the never-ending work and love, nurturing, and support that we give on a day-to-day basis. We're moms, we're sisters, we're wives, we're nurses, because when them kids are sick, guess who? Staying up late or staying away from work to take care of those kids. It's the moms. So I always try to open with a quote. So today's mother's quote is, when you're looking at your mother, you're looking at the purest love you will ever know. And I believe that. And I don't think you really realize that until you don't have your mother anymore. My mom transitioned 6 years ago, and it seemed like it was just yesterday. And last week, when we had the show last week, it was her transition date. And I was feeling, a type of way or whatever that day. But at the same time, I know that I had the purest love for my mother. She had 5 girls, and she did an amazing job raising all of us. And, she did it on her own. And my stepdad came along and, he contributed the work that my mother did. If I always say, God, if I can have half of the strength, half of the things that my mom had as a mother, what she endured as a mother, if I can have half of that, I know that I would be, somewhat of a great mother to my kids. And he's blessed me with that opportunity. So I want to read to you our nomination letter that was sent in for our nominee. And it goes like this. Hello, I would like to nominate an amazing person for this upcoming beautiful Mother's Day. Her name is Lasagna Nicole Smith. Lasagna is 44 years old and is a mother of 2 beautiful, amazing children, a daughter named Layla, who is 4 years old, and named Clarence, who is 15 years old. Lasagna is such an amazing mother and a wonderful wife and such a gem in her community. The reason why I'm nominating her for the Mother's Day is because she has been through so much trials and tribulations in her life. And through it all, she managed to still be an amazing mom, an amazing wife, an amazing friend. Lasagna would do whatever she can to help others, even when she is at her lowest point, no matter what she goes through. She always makes sure that others are taken care of. And that speaks a lot for a person that is not selfish. Lasagna barely asks for any help and usually will be the one who will suffer in silence before asking for help, but is so willing to help so many others. 2024 thus far haven't been good for Lasagna. She had been battling stage 4 breast cancer since August of 2020. She has so much hope that 2024 will start off amazing, but her and her entire family was COVID for the second time. This was in January of 2024, and shortly thereafter, she came down with a serious leg infection, which turned into sepsis. Just imagine you're already sick and fighting for your life, and then you're hit with COVID and then sepsis. That is enough to drive anyone up the wall. But through it all, she healed and doing better, but she still has a long road of recovery for her. It is a miracle that she is even still here. The doctors told her at the hospital she had came just one day late because of her sepsis infection. She would not be here. It would give me so much joy to see her being blessed on Mother's Day, because if there's anyone who needs a blessing, she definitely does. Even through her illness, she still gets up every day, cooks and clean and take care of her children and family. Even when she comes home from treatments from her chemotherapy, she still fight to take care of her family and even help others. She is so deserving of a Mother's Day this year. Thank you so much for taking the time to read the nomination that I am submitting for Lasagna. Look, y'all, when I read this, I was like, look, if nothing else comes in, this is our winner right here. Because if you look at the things that this woman has endured, I was like, oh my God, let's interview her. I can't wait to meet her and let the Chit Chat podcast family meet her. So without further ado, we're going to bring on our nominee for the best mom ever, Miss Lasagna Nicole Smith. Hi, Lasagna. How are you? You're on mute.
I'm doing good. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That is okay. It is so good to meet you. Listening to the letter that was sent on your behalf for a nomination, how do you feel about that? Did someone thought so much of you to be like, she is so deserving of this?
It's beautiful. I had tears in my eyes. I'm here trying to tame my little 4-year-old, but
Look, and
yeah,
see, that's what mothering is all about, anyways.
it's never. It's like you said. It's a job that's never done. So that it
Right.
was a beautiful story, and yes, I have been through a lot this year. A lot.
Oh, wow. Well, tell her she's welcome to come on with us if she want to sit with mommy during this time. Hey, it's so good to see you. It's Layla, right?
Yep.
Hi, Layla.
Beacon girl. I guess she wants to act up while I'm on a thing. Wow.
Look, it always happens that way. My son's dog does the same thing. So, I'm waiting on him to do something here shortly. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're just checking in with us, Chit Chat Pod, we are introducing you guys to our Best Mom Ever Award nominee, Miss Lasagna Smith. So, Lasagna, give us a short bio of who you are. We
Well,
heard some things in the letter, but give us who you want us to know Lasagna to be.
I'm Lasagna Nicole Smith. I was born and raised. I'm from Niagara Falls, New York.
Oh,
So
New
I'm
York.
yeah, I'm right up by Canada. I live where the beautiful falls is at.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I am married. I have 2 children. I live and enjoy life despite what I go through and the trials. I have learned just to smile and be positive, even with me battling cancer and being sick is a daily task, and it's a chore. So I just choose to be happy and just go roll with the punches. But I love to cook. That's one of my favorite things. I love to cook. I love to bake, and I love to clean. I love to sew, and most importantly, I love to write. I write a lot. I
Oh,
like to
that's
write. Yes, I like to write a lot. And I also enjoy helping others. That's one of my biggest things I love to do. I, I guess my husband say when I do go out in public, strangers just come up to me like they know me for years, and I just enjoy listening and helping people. I think one of my biggest happiness is helping those who are in need.
Yeah, and they probably drawn to that spirit. You know, if you have one of those sweet, nurturing spirits, people are drawn to that.
Hmm.
So that's probably why, he says, people are, strangers are drawn to you because people like that. When they see that sweet spirit is very, you can attach to somebody easily, that's like
Hmm.
that. So, since you gave us some of those things, my first question is you, what does it mean to be a mother, to Lasagna? What does it mean?
Being a mother to me is a blessing. It's a true blessing simply because I feel when God blesses you with a child, He's blessing you with a gift. There's a
Mhm.
lot of women out there who can't have children. There's women who have um, fertility problems, and I'm one of them. I was told I would never be able to have children. I suffered 3 miscarriages, and having a child is beautiful. So even though Mother's Day, I'm celebrating having my children, I'm also grieving the children that I don't have. But being a mother to me, it's a gift from God. It's a gift. It's a journey. It's an experience. And I feel that God chose you to be responsible for another person. And it doesn't end when they become an adult. Like you said, when they become an adult, that's when they
Mhm.
really gonna need your mothering the most for advice and different things of that sort.
Okay, awesome, and I agree because, I mean, our mothering hat never gets turned off. We don't say just because you graduated high school and you're out the house or you leave the house, my mom duties, leave my mom duties. We're moms 24/7, 365, and for the rest of these children lives, whether they're adult
Mhm.
children or, little children. So I know that you have a 15-year-old and a 4-year-old. So that's a
Yeah,
big difference. So how is that, dealing with a teenager and a toddler at the same time?
it's different because teenagers they just want to have time to themselves.
Mhm.
Layla, stop, be good girl. And then when you have it kind of feel like when I did give birth to my daughter in 2020, it felt like I was doing it all over again. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
Absolutely. Um, so when you became a mom and because you experienced some losses as a mother, um, what advice would you give your younger self, that you could use? Oh, we lost her. Okay. We'll give her an opportunity to come back on. She's trying to deal with Layla, and I think she got cut off. So we'll wait till she gets back on. But if you're just not joining us, check in, please, so I can know where you're checking in from. We're doing our Mother's Day nomination interview for those who were submitted for our Best Mom Ever Award. And those nominees will receive, then a winner of the nominee will receive a flower bouquet courtesy of Chit Chat Pod. So as she's getting ready to join us back, you'll get the opportunity to connect back with Lasagna. You're
Sorry
back.
about that.
That's okay. That is okay. But I was asking a question. If you could give your younger self some advice, what would it be? Before you became a mom, if you could give your younger self an advice, what would it be now that you are a mom, to prepare yourself for motherhood?
Get yourself prepared first for motherhood. Like,
Mhm.
take care of your education, your personal life. That's what I would have told my younger self. But I would tell my younger self, be the best mom that you could be to your
Mhm.
children. So
Yeah.
that's all I could really think of. Yeah. Because even when I
Okay.
was young, I wanted to have children, but I didn't understand the aspect of it. So,
Oh yeah. I don't think anybody ever does, but we have such a natural ability. When as soon as we become a mom, it's like the nurturing spirit kicks in. So we have such a
mhm.
natural ability as motherhood, and I think, you know, no preparation will ever prepare you for it because there's no instructions on how to be a mom.
Mm-hmm.
But because every mother experienced pregnancy and motherhood differently. And but I think we have that nature of motherhood already in us. So once we become a mom, it just kicks in automatically, and we begin to, to learn some things or whatever along our motherhood journey. But by the time child number two comes, we got some experience up under our belt by
Mm-hmm.
then. So I'm gonna ask you. We'll go to a fun like question. So would you rather be a funny mom or an intelligent mom? Since you have a teenager. Sometimes our teenagers tend to say, mom, you so weird or you so goofy or whatever. So what would you rather be, a funny mom or an intelligent mom?
I would rather be. I wish. Well, I could be both, but I'd rather be a more funny mom because I want my children, to be comfortable and laugh around me and with me. I'm definitely am a funny mom. So yeah, sometimes my family call me the comedian of the family. I try to be funny, despite what we go through and what we see daily.
Mhm. Yeah, look, that's me. I try to be the funny thing, but my kids don't find no humor in my funniness, and especially when it leads to them like being talked to or said. I say things to them, so I understand that. I want them to enjoy my humor, my sense of humor, but they tend not to even enjoy that. They don't even catch half of my jokes sometimes. So, as a mom, I know that you're busy with everything that you have going on. What household chore would you consider to be the most important, and which chore do you enjoy doing?
I've considered the most important chore is keeping your house clean and tidy because that's your living space, but it's also hard with a toddler and teenager. Sometimes I actually feel like, wow, I feel like some days, did I accomplish anything? Right before I came on this podcast, I cleaned up real good. And when I get off it, I got to get stuff up off of the floor. My toddler throwing everything around. That's why I had to put my camera. I'm like, wow. So, yeah, but I feel the most important thing is cleaning and, of course, cooking. Definitely cooking.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
love,
say, I think your favorite chore might be cooking because you
yeah,
said that you're a buyer, you like cooking and baking.
yes, I do.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So, because your house is probably a busy house, we hear Layla in the background as well. Um, what if there was a reality TV show for your household? What could it be named?
Probably keeping up with the Smiths because I can't even keep up with me. We're so busy. We have a very rambunctious child. It's with my children. One thing I didn't share, both of my children have autism.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's more challenging and I have a more harder aspect of mothering, but I wouldn't trade it in for nothing in the world. But our family, it's a journey. We love traveling. We love doing adventures every week. We take the kids wherever they want to go. Home Depot, we find fun things to do. So we're always busy. Sometimes I have to rest a lot. So even with
Yeah.
treatment, so I want to just go, go, go. But I know once I have that, I have to just rest. But
So
yeah, we'll be keeping.
because you're going through chemo, is
Mhm.
that more relaxing for you to be able to travel and do fun things with the kids to kind of pull yourself away from the treatments and
Yes,
the
it is.
reality
It
of
is.
that?
It is. It is. It is. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. So, when you talked about um, your baking skills and your cooking skills, tell us, what does this New York mom, like to put down in the kitchen when she's cooking
Um,
one of her best meals?
my favorite meal that I do love to cook that my family love, I love making my lasagna.
Okay.
Um, and I like to make everything fresh, especially down to garlic breadsticks. I love making antipasta salad. New Yorkers, we love pizza. So I love making my own pizza. That's a must. And chicken wings. Gotta have chicken
Okay.
wings. I love buffalo wings, lemon pepper wings, but I also like making, um, the roast, barbecue ribs, fried chicken. I love making fried chicken. Some of the food I can't eat as much because of what I'm going through, but I love making it for my family, making it for my neighbors, or just taking it to those who in need that I know who could use a meal in the community. Because one thing about me, I'm going to make sure somebody going to eat.
Oh, that's beautiful. And you mentioned that both of your kids are autistic.
Yes.
We just had a autism awareness episode
Hmm.
Sundays ago, where we had some autism moms on, and
Hmm.
they was pretty much sharing their story and journey as an autistic parent in dealing with an autistic child, and it was such an educating and an enlightening episode for us. So I can't imagine to deal with. But my hat is off to you for being able to handle that beautifully,
Hmm.
like you're doing. So another reason why you are so deserving of our Best
Yes.
Mom Ever award. So I am so excited to be doing this interview now, knowing that. So, if your kids, what is something that your kids would say that would drive mom crazy? What is something they say that drives mom crazy?
Um, when they tell me no, some of you want
Okay.
to say yes, or oh wow, calm down, Layla, or mommy, can you take me shopping? Can you take me to the mall? I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go.
Oh
So,
yeah. So, when we talk about the your travel, because you say you guys like to travel and go places or whatever.
mhm.
What are some of the ones? What are some of the favorite places you guys traveled and the kids enjoyed as well as yourself?
Um, I love going to New Orleans. That's a beautiful place.
Okay.
I used to actually live there back in 2016. We definitely love going to Florida, especially West
Hmm.
Palm Beach, because that's where me and my husband met,
Okay.
and that's where he's from. So we enjoy going to Florida. Um, New York City. People think I live right by New York City. No, it's 8 hours away. So we either drive or fly, but either way, you're better off driving because by the time you go to the airport, get checked in, it's around
Right.
the same time anyway. So,
Right.
and
Yeah.
one of our dreams is hopefully to go international traveling, maybe to Paris, London, always
Okay.
and get, in touch with my culture and roots. So, yeah.
Yes, yes, definitely on my bucket list. Paris is definitely on my bucket list. I've flown through Paris, but I haven't had the opportunity to explore Paris. So, but yeah, flown through the airport of Paris, but never had the opportunity to stay and look and check out the scenery of the city. But definitely on my bucket list as well.
Layla,
So,
stop.
my next mother question to you is, what was the quality that you most liked about your mother?
Mm, how she got up and worked hard, for her children, no matter what she went through, she made it, happen. She made it work.
Awesome, awesome. I'm telling you, those were our first heroes. Watching our
Hmm.
our mothers do the things that they do every single day.
Yeah.
Every time that I'm asked, who's been the most influential person or who's been your hero in your life, hands down, it's always my mother.
Hmm.
Because I still can't fathom how she did it, with five girls, but she did, and she did a wonderful job. So I understand um, greatly, when we talk about the qualities we most like about our mother. So,
Hmm.
if you were famous, what would your kids say you would be famous for?
My cooking.
You're
Yeah,
cooking?
yeah.
And
It
y'all due
always
for that
been,
lasagna
you know,
because when you said lasagna, it made my mouth water. I was like, I haven't had lasagna in years.
yeah.
Like,
I'm actually right now in a competition with the Food Network.
okay.
To We're trying to. I'm not doing it to win the money. I just want to do it to have the experience with cooking with a chef. I
Uh-huh.
can't think of her name. I gotta email it to you, but she's like light skinned, have gray hair and glasses, but she's on the Food Network. And if you win, you get to record a show with her and cook.
Awesome.
So that's something that I would be famous for, is for cooking. I can't even go out in public without someone asking me, did you bake the cake? Did you do this dish? In fact,
Oh,
when I get off the phone with you, I gotta frost the red velvet cake when I'm done.
oh, wow. Okay, when you say red velvet, I'm a girl from the South, so
Yep.
red velvet is always on our cake list. A pound cake
Hmm.
and red velvet cake is always on our cake list. So
Yeah.
that's good to know. So we know who to hit up for the holidays podcast.
Yeah.
We know to hit
I,
up lasagna for our lasagna for our cake orders for the holidays. She
mhm.
spread the ice of red velvet and she do some other baking as well. So we definitely will see about you and you probably could start a business with that.
Yeah, that's something I'm dreaming of once I get medically able to, when I have the strength. I always wanted to own my own restaurant and bakery. So I'm not giving up on that. So,
Absolutely. And and speaking of that, it definitely will be our prayer to keep you covered. I know that chemotherapy is not easy. I've had friends who've gone through the breast cancer battle, and I know they've endured it, fought hard, and we're praying that you do the very same thing.
yeah. Oh my. I'm so sorry about my daughter. My
That's
husband's
okay.
at
We're not
work.
gonna hold you long because I know I didn't realize Layla was gonna be as busy as she is, so we won't hold you long. But if you could write a book, an autobiography about yourself, what would that autobiography be named?
Surviving the storm.
Okay.
Yes. And I will write it to encourage others, not to give up no matter how hard your life is and what you're going through. Because I've been through a lot of different situations. Like I said, I've been through a divorce before. I've been
Hmm.
through miscarriages, um, personal losses, and sometimes and even being sick, that's a lot right there. And always wanted to just share people how I got through it. I think if it wasn't for my faith and prayer and God, I wouldn't be able to survive what I'm dealing with now. And especially having, autistic children, and because it's tough. So I'm really trying to hang in there. But yes,
Look,
anybody
I
can survive the storm.
I can tell that you are very patient, and
I am.
yeah, and I can tell even as a mother, our patients are always um, tested, and we kind of endure more patience as we become mothers and grow in motherhood or whatever. But you just seem to be handling everything so well, Lasagna, and I mean, I can't say enough about your nomination letter and what was said on your behalf and the things that you're enduring. And I can definitely tell you, sis, you do not look like what you're going through. So,
Yeah.
that is just a test of who you are as a person, who you are, on your journey, what you're doing as a mother, the support system you have, or whatever. You definitely do not look like what you're going through. So, my hat is off to you for a wonderful job that you're doing as a mother with two autistic children. Um, we're definitely praying your journey through this chemotherapy and breast cancer battle that you would come back on Chit Chat Podcast and give us a testimony when you have
Yes,
endured all this
I'm believing
and fought
in
well.
I'm believing in that. So definitely
Yes, we would.
through a lot. Even before I came on I wasn't feeling good. Right now, I have a slight fever because sometimes I had treatment Friday, and sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it can take me like 2 days to get back to normal. And
Mm-hmm.
my husband right now, he's the only one working. So that's why my kid is rambunctious because he's at work. And I tell you, I have to keep going. I have to keep going. The nurses tell me all the time, how do you like go through this and then you take care of your children, you cook, you clean? I still have to be the mother to hold the glue together. Even stop it, Layla. Even when I'm at my lowest point, I have to find a way to encourage others. So yeah, one thing having being a mother have given me patience, because I tell you, if you had tried me before I had kids, my patience would have been thin and short.
Yeah. But look, you are doing a beautiful job. We salute you for this, and we definitely would love to have you to come back on and share
Oh
your
yeah.
being an autistic parent. If you would like to share some things about that in
Oh yeah.
regards to how you deal with that on a day to day basis, and we're definitely looking forward to hear your success story of coming back after you have beat this breast cancer. So
Yeah.
we would
We're
you
we're
are
we're
more than
hoping.
welcome to come back and share with us. Please contact us when you're able to do so. And we want to say congratulations to you as our nominee for the Best Mom Award from the Chit Chat Podcast. With that, you will receive a flower bouquet on behalf of Chit Chat Podcast that will be delivered to you this week. We want to give our appreciation to you, and our hat is off to you for a job well done as a mother. And we pray your continued blessings in motherhood.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm so sorry about my daughter being wild, but
You're fine. You're totally fine. And we want to thank your the person that nominated you. We want to thank her for giving you and considering you and thinking of you for this nomination because it is definitely deserving. So we
thank
would
you
definitely make
so
sure
much.
we reach out to her and thank her for that. But you would definitely be receiving something from Chit Chat Pod this week delivered. And I hope that it is a beautiful bouquet that represents your beautiful life that you're
Mhm.
living and surviving and showing other mothers that, we can go through some things, but we are definitely stronger than what we give ourselves the credit for. So thank you again,
Okay.
Layla. It was so nice to meet you as well.
Yeah. Then when
So
I
we
get off
won't
of
hold
this,
you.
then she'll whistle. Wow.
I'm sure that is exactly how it goes. But we want to give you the
Hmm.
opportunity if you want to give some lasting remarks before you depart us.
I thank you all for, having me here. I appreciate it. It was good, sharing, my story. And I know I'm actually healing because I know there have been a time I cried a lot,
Mhm.
but I'm asking God to heal me so I can stay strong for others. And I just wish everyone a happy Mother's Day, whether we all are mothers, whether we are a biological mother, a spiritual mother, a motherly figure. So it's a special day for everyone. I even pray for those who have strained relationships with their mothers, because there's a lot of those out there. And I also pray
Absolutely.
for those who's grieving their mom. And it's just not their mothers, also children. Some mothers have strained relationship with their children, some have lost children, some are grieving, so I pray for all of that and just wish everyone lots of love and happiness. And thank you so much for having me on this show.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. And again, we extend any opportunity that you would like to come back to Chit Chat Podcast. We extend that opportunity for you. So just reach out to us. You have our email address. So reach out to us and especially if you want to share some good news with us in regards to your journey. So we would definitely like to hear that.
Definitely will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, you have a beautiful evening. We will chat with you later, and please let us know once you receive your delivery. Let us know that you received it so that
I
we can
definitely will.
validate that.
Thank you so much. I definitely will. And thank you all for having me. And I'm grateful that my friend shared my story because I really didn't know what she was doing. I was like, okay, but thank you so much.
Yes, and congratulations again to you. And
You
happy
have a
Mother's Day to you.
thank you, you too. Thank
Okay,
you.
have a good one.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Okay. Hey guys, we have that was our nominee. I'm so excited. I'm so excited we given the opportunity to bless her because I mean, as you can see, she's a busy mom. She's a mom of two, and she's a mom of two autistic children, and she's also going through her battle of she's battling breast cancer and going through her battling of chemotherapy right now. But I mean, I tell you, sis, do not look like what she's going through, and that's a testament of who she is as a person, who she is as a mom. And that's why my hat is off to so many mothers, because we make it look so easy. There's some things that's going on behind the scenes and people don't ever know, because we're endurers, we're conquerors, we're out there doing the thing and making sure that our families are taken care of, and our village is there to support us in that time of need as well. So I'm super excited. I'm glad we got the opportunity to meet Lasagna Smith, and she will be our nominee and nomination award winner for the best mom from Chit Chat Pod, and she will receive a flower a bouquet delivered to her this week, courtesy of Chit Chat Podcast. So, but with that being said, what are you guys' plans for Mother's Day? I know it's coming up, and some of y'all might have some surprise plans, but what are some of the things? Is there some Mother's Day traditionals that y'all do in your family or whatever? What are some of those things that you guys look forward to every year for Mother's Day? I know one of the things for me is I like having both of my children home. Is there's nothing like having both of the kids home at the same time. So when both of my kids are home, that's one of the added pleasures for me. I sleep good when both of the kids are up under the same roof or whatever. So, so what are some of y'all plans for Mother's Day? Is there any special traditions you guys do? I know if I was back home in Georgia, me and my sisters usually, cook, and then we have like a potluck. So we'll all get together and bring some stuff together at one of our houses and have Mother's Day dinner together or whatever. But I'm not with my sisters in Georgia, so I want to wish them a happy Mother's Day as well. An early Mother's Day. I did send out gifts to them already, so they've all received them, I hope. I think one sister was still waiting on hers, but what are some of the traditions that you guys do for Mother's Day? Now that my kids are older, we do, it's not as, I shared last week. I used to love getting the homemade cards with the little handprints when the kids were younger, or the little flower pot with their little fingerprints or whatever on it. Those special little things that the kids used to make and do in school and bring home. And, those were the sentimental gifts, that they had to make themselves and write their own cards or whatever. Now, them little jokers just go out and buy stuff. And they'd be like, I'll just get mom this, or I'll just send mom this. No thought in most of it at all, but I appreciate anything they do, because sometimes my little broke best friends, they don't have no money. So anything that they do or give, I'm appreciative. But what are some of the things that you guys are looking forward to for this weekend? Some of you moms, do y'all like to dress up? Do y'all have like I know that we normally go to church. That's our thing, going to church, and the kids will have to go to church with us. But they already know that's a given anyhow. But so we'll probably be doing church for sure. And then I don't know what we'll do after church wise, but I'm looking forward to seeing both of the kids home this weekend. So, but what are some things that you guys look forward to? What are some, are y'all cooking? Is that when it's Mother's Day, is that a no mom in the kitchen? Is that automatic? No mom has to be in the kitchen and cook. So no mom should be cooking on Mother's Day. Is everybody else cooking for mom on Mother's Day? Are your children cooking, your husbands, your boyfriends, whoever? Are they cooking for you guys on Mother's Day, or are y'all in the kitchen cooking on Mother's Day? I know I don't like to touch no pots and pans on Mother's Day, but I'll do it, because if that, I don't like the crowdedness of restaurants, because it's already crowded when you go to church, and everybody decide we're gonna go to church with mom on Mother's Day, so church is extra crowded, and then everybody wants to go eat after church. So if you're trying to eat in restaurants, it gets extra crowded, and the wait times are ridiculous or whatever. So that's the things I don't like, because I'll be like, I don't know about going out to eat after church on Mother's Day, because I know it's already going to be busy and extra crowded or whatever. So those are some of the reasons why I would choose to cook, because I'm like, I know my food's going to be good. So I'm not risking going to a restaurant and not having no good meal, and it's crowded and I got to wait for a long time and be starving. So but yeah, so I'm just chatting to see what you guys if you guys have any special plans for Mother's Day, and any special events that you guys going to do for your mothers. My mother is not here. Normally, if I was home, I would probably go visit her gravesite and take a flower or something out there. But those of you who have your mother still here, what are some of the things that you plan to do for her? Because I'm telling you, there's no like Mother's Day, like when you lose your mom. When Mother's Day comes, it's always a tough time. I don't care how it can be 50 years that she's been gone. Mother's Day will always pull at your heartstrings when you have lost your mother. So, and like our nominee, Lasagna said, if there's people who have strains with their mother, who's, grieving their mother, don't have a relationship with their mother, I pray that you guys get it right, because I'm telling you, tomorrow is not promised to us. And you do not want anything to happen to your mother that you can't have the opportunity to take back or to get right or whatever. So if that is you today, and you know that there's some things that you need to get right with your mother, or there's some things that you need to get right with your children, and rehabilitate that relationship between mom and children or whatever, do that. It's important, because life is too short otherwise for us to be dealing with things. Now, if there's things that's beyond your control and requires additional help, like therapy or whatever, seek that. I'm not saying to put yourself in a situation where you're rejected and feeling like, I just made things worse, trying to fix it or whatever. Because some things may not be fixable, but those things that could be fixable, give it an opportunity to make it right. Don't go another year without speaking to your mom or without speaking to your children, wherever the case may be, because life is too short. We all, mothers didn't come with a handbook on how to be a mom. So children who feels like their mom wasn't a great mom to them, nobody's perfect. And to the children who are giving their mom such a hard time and trying to do, what the old folks used to say, smelling yourself being grown or whatever. And in some cases, some kids are grown. But if that is the case, extend that courtesy and that respect to the job that your mother has done thus far, raising you and placing you in a situation that allow you to grow as an adult or whatever. So, but again, life is too short. We should not be harboring those things, those ill feelings or whatever, especially when it comes to our mom, because I'm telling you, a person who has lost their mom, there's nothing like, there's nothing like your mother. You're never going to get another one. I mean, I have a godmom, I have I have mother figures in my life, but at the end of the day, they're still not Mildred. And so, even though they feel a void, they're still not Mildred. And so at the end of the day, if I had the opportunity to have my mother, I would definitely want to have my mother back. But but we had a beautiful relationship. So that's what I'm saying. If you know there's a strain or there's some things that you need to get right with your mother or with your children as a mother, then get it right. Life is too short, and we're living on borrowed time as is. So this is the opportunity for you to seek something within yourself to be the bigger person. And if you don't know what to do, ask God to lead you. Lead me with the right things to say or the right things to do or to do this the right way because you want to mean well. And in doing that, my prayer is that you guys can you know resurface and rehabilitate whatever strain that has been placed between you guys. So with that said, I'm going to leave you guys with another Mother's Day quote before we end today. And the quote says, "A mother's heart is the child's schoolroom." And I love that. A mother's heart is the child's schoolroom. So no matter what we think of our mom, how we think of her as a person, or how well she mothered or whatever, a mother's heart is a child's schoolroom. So there's things that we can always learn from our mother, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. There's things that you can always learn from your mother. So, a mother's heart is a child's schoolroom. So remember that this week as you're preparing to celebrate Mother's Day and to celebrate your mother. And again, if there's a strain between your mother or you and your children, get it right. And if you're one of those ones who is grieving a mother during this year, as most people, a lot of people don't have their mom. So if you're one of those people, I pray that God gives you comfort during this holiday time because no matter how long it's been, it's always tough when you get to Mother's Day dealing with the fact that your mother is not here while everybody else is celebrating with theirs. So my heart would be with you guys. We would not have Chit Chat Pod next Sunday. We will be closed next Sunday and will not air an episode for Mother's Day. I want you guys to enjoy your Mother's Day with your family, with your friends, whoever, your godmothers, mother figures, whoever those people that you appreciate who has poured into your life. Enjoy that time with them and with your family. Children, give honor where honor is due. If your mother has done a heck of a job raising you, give honor where honor is due. You only get one mother. So, we can get stepmoms and bonus moms and godmoms and all those things, but you only get one mother who birthed you, who has that innate ability to nurture you without, because they've carried you those 9 months. So give that opportunity to show appreciation to that mother. So you guys have a beautiful Mother's Day. We will catch you guys the following Sunday since we won't be back on next Sunday. Enjoy your Mother's Day and your time with your family and your children. And I pray that you guys enjoy this time and us next week, the following week, some of the things that you guys were able to do and how you was blessed to be with your children and mothers and all those things. So come back the following week and share with us. And as we join back on that week. And also, again, congratulations to our Chit Chat Pod Mother Award nominee, to Lasagna Smith, who is well deserving. Happy Mother's Day to you, Lasagna Smith. You have a flower delivery that will be headed your way this week for being our nominee award winner. So that's what we like to do on Chit Chat Pod. We like to support, encourage, motivate, and be there for women because it's a podcast, it's a platform for women. We chat all things women here at Chit Chat Pod. That's our motto, chatting all things women. And so with that being said, have a great evening, guys. We will catch you the following week. We won't be on next week for Mother's Day. Enjoy your Mother's Day. Be blessed. Have a wonderful time. We'll see you guys the following week. Have a good one.